Oh, what's good, Madden Nation? If you are tired of getting torched on defense and ready to lock it down in Madden 26, this video is for you. I'm breaking down my top 5 tips to instantly improve your Madden 26 defense. You will have better run defense, smarter pass coverage, and know how to blitz like a beast. Plus, how to set your coach's adjustments and personnel packages like a pro. Whether you are new to Madden or trying to climb the leaderboards, these tips will level up your game and shut down any offense. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, now I'm going to show you a great tip of base aligning your defense in Madden 26. Madden 26 took base align out of the game. I don't know why, but when you base align, you set your defense up in better positions to play the offensive formation. Okay, I like everything to be symmetrical. Your run fits are better when you base align, and you'll just see the benefits of this. This is us not base align. I'll show you what happens in this. You see how this running back, this is a computer, he's able to get a lot of yards. Okay, now I'll show you the difference when we base align. Right there, Edmonds just had a bad angle on it, but that's the gap that Edmonds is supposed to be controlling. We'll run this one more time and I'll show you what we can do to base align. Right there, Edmonds played it good, but he still got a lot more yards than he was intending to do. Now we'll look at the run fits, okay? In particular, Edmonds' run fit, okay? This is Edmonds' run fit. He needs to be controlling this gap right here, where the running back is going, okay? Now you see, without base aligning, sometimes he's able to get blocked and he's able to get picked up, but I'll show you what we can do when we base align. First of all, we want to go to our coach's adjustments. In your coach's adjustments, I like to take auto flip defensive play, put it to off, and I like to play defensive motion response, put it on disable. I'll show you. This helps with the run, especially with the pass. We'll get into a play where I'll show you having this defensive motion response to disabled helps. Now that's, once we do that, we pick our play. Okay. Now, 2 quick things you do. We're going to press triangle or Y on Xbox. And then we're going to show blitz by pressing R1 on Xbox or RB on Xbox. R1 on PlayStation or RB on Xbox. That brings us to show blitz. Then you're going to press right on the D-pad. And you're going to bring up linebacker assignments and you're going to show blitz again. R1 on PlayStation, RB on Xbox. And you see those linebackers go right into the middle of the field. Okay, now we'll look at our run fits. Look at Edmonds' run fit. It's right in that gap. Right in that gap. Let's see how this plays that defense. Wow. Wow. Wow, he's not getting a lot of yards. Again, we did our coach's adjustments. Triangle on PlayStation, L1. Now right there, look at our run fits, especially that linebacker where that running back is going. As you see right now, they're in a better position. The linebacker is able to get over there. He missed the tackle, but he didn't just have a big free open range. Triangle, show blitz, right on the D-pad, show blitz. That's it. This linebacker is right there to clog up that gap and just stop that run. It's harder to run it that way than just without showing this base align type of movement. Okay, right there. He's able to get back there, block shed, and get that tackle. And first we'll go over a play where we don't have QB contains on the field. Your quarterback is allowed to just roam around, you know, and do different things. You can set up certain routes where, you know, they have certain plays where, you know, as long as you're not QB contained, these guys can get out here and complete passes. As As long as they're able to get outside that pocket, you have a nice interior defensive pass rush, and they're able to get outside that pocket. Either way, you know, we got Montez Sweat over here. He took an inside cut. We can still get out, you know, you can run, and you're playing these mobile quarterbacks like the Vicks and Mutt, and you're playing Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, the dreaded Lamar Jackson. These guys will torch you without QB. Now, in order to QB contain and get these QB contains on your defensive ends, you want to make sure they're fast and they have good block shed and they have great pursuit. Okay, you want to press R1 or RB on Xbox, and as you see, a menu comes up, route commits or guess play, but then you have some other options. You have QB contain, the L1 button or the LB button on Xbox, L1 on PlayStation, LB on Xbox. And you see, if we show our play art, we have those defensive ends. They're not just rushing, they're in contains now. Now, if you pass commit, you know, when that ball is hiked, those defenders stay outside and they're able to get outside and stay at a better position to keep those QB contains, keep that quarterback contained back there. He won't be allowed to just get out and do what he wants. Again, we're just pressing R1 on PlayStation, L1, QB contain. That play art is up there. And as you see right here, we can stay in the pocket. Look at Montez Sweat. He's out there. He's able to get out there, and he's playing that better. He definitely didn't take that inside cut. You know, those QB contains, they keep those guys, keep those quarterbacks contained. Definitely implement this, especially if you're playing a mobile quarterback, a person that likes to roll out. Look at that. Now, that quarterback can either try to run up that pocket right there, that pocket, but he has to try to roll out. And then look at Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat has a QB contain mentality. He's going to get out there, and he definitely keeps that quarterback from picking up a lot of yards and scrambling and picking up yards and going upfield. So we'll do it one more time. This is without QB contains. Montez Sweat takes that inside cut. I'm able to pick up some yards, score touchdowns, dot you up. We'll do it one more time. We'll see if Sweat can get a set. Oh, Jesus, Sweat. You see, he was all the way back there. He was all the way in the backfield. Okay, now this is a play with the motion, and then we have a corner route of Justin Jefferson breaking to the outside. This is no adjustments, no coaches adjustments, not base aligning. The default motion, everybody's moving with that. Justin Jefferson is wide open, and our defense is balling. Let me put a spy on one of those defenders so this defense doesn't go crazy. But again, if we have time as the quarterback, if your opponent has time and he's running one of these plays and you don't base align, he's going to kill you like this, okay? As you see, Justin Jefferson's able to get that ball off and catch it, pick up yards. So we're running one more time. Sometimes the defensive line is getting back here, so it's kind of messing it up. But if they don't and they have time, like right now, and he doesn't overthrow that, as you see, Justin Jefferson is wide open, okay? Now, let's go ahead and do those coaches adjustments. Okay, we'll go to the coaches adjustment, cut our auto flip off, cut our defensive motion response to disable. Okay, we'll pick our play, we'll pick their play, okay, and then we'll do our baseline. I'll just show you without the baseline, it still just plays better because we don't have all those people motioning. This is just without baseline. Okay, right here, it's still just out there. You see we have people around. He's able to get the pass off, but we have people close. Okay, now we'll add that baseline to it. Okay. And then I'll do one more thing. I'll shade. I'll shade to the outside. We'll get into shading in the next breakdown, but I'll shade to the outside, and then I'll pass commit. Watch how this plays it with the coach's adjustments and that bootleg baseline. Just look how Justin Jefferson is covered. Look at Justin Jefferson. He is locked up. That route, which was getting open all the time, is going to be locked up, okay? Look at this. He can try to pass it right there, but then even if he passes it, he's passing it. Our defender is right there ready. It's like he's sandwiched. You have a person on the back and a person in the front, okay? Nothing he can do, okay? I'll show you the difference of not shading. It still is good, but you got to get used to shading your defense if your opponent is doing certain things, okay? This is just pass committing and doing the baseline, okay? You might be open, and you might actually get that pass off. Right there, it's able to get it off. We're able to hit him, but Justin Jefferson is being a beast, okay? With that extra step, okay, we're just going to shade to the outside, okay? Shade to the outside, and watch how this plays. Just shading to the outside. All these posts and corner routes, especially the ones going towards the outside, we're shading to the outside. Look at that defense, guys. That's how you shade and take away certain routes. Okay, now we go over shading. How to use shading to shut down certain routes, okay? As you see Jefferson, I'm going to put him on a drag route, okay? We're going to put Jefferson on a drag route, and we'll just call this play, and we'll see that Jefferson just burns his people and gets open, can possibly take it to the house, okay? Now, there's a few things we can do. If we're in a zone defense, you can shade your coverage and play underneath, okay? We'll go to this cover 3 sky, okay? You see we have curl flats, but if we press triangle and play underneath or shade our coverage down, those curl flats turn into hard flats. Okay, now you'll see how this plays that drag route, okay? We can get the pass off, but as soon as we get the pass off, we're getting smacked. And if that opponent passes that ball late and doesn't pass it before that route, before that defender, you possibly can pick that off, okay? And this is just with the regular default drag. You see we can still wait, get it open, okay? Now we can either do the shading of the, go to the cover 3 again, okay? Shade that defense underneath, okay? We'll see how this plays that circle route. Look at that. He's catching it, but he's getting hit, okay? He's not gonna get that long pickup. Now, in man defense, this is man defense, okay? This is just man defense. You see, he's still getting open. He's burning Jalen Johnson and picking up yards, okay? We can just play to the inside. It won't do a real good job, but we can shade our defense to the inside. You see those guys, he moves and everything, but we'll just call this play. We'll see how he plays it. Plays it a little bit better, but we can still get that pass off, okay? Now, we'll do this. We'll press that defense by showing blitz, okay? And then we'll shade to the inside, okay? Shade to the inside. We'll route commit to the inside. We'll see how good this route, how Justin Jefferson does. Look at that. Look how Justin Jefferson is covered. Look how he's covered. He's shading him and route committing to the inside, right here. Okay. All we did was show blitz. We didn't do the complete this. We'll press that defense by showing blitz, okay? And then we'll shade to the inside, okay? Shade to the inside. We'll route commit to the inside. We'll see how good this route, how Justin Jefferson does. Look how Justin Jefferson is covered. Look how he's covered. He's shading him and route committing to the inside, right here. Okay. All we did was show blitz. We didn't do the complete baseline, but look at that. Look at how he's playing him. Look how Jalen Johnson is playing him. Okay. He's gonna get that ball off, but that coverage is so good, especially right here. He's to the inside of him, right here. He's in the inside. So when they're doing slants and drag routes, either use zone defense, play underneath to put hard flats on the field, or just press, show blitz, and then play to the inside and route commit to the inside. You'll shut it down. Okay, another thing that people like to do is they like to use custom corner routes, stem down, and just beat your defense. If you're not base aligning and if you don't know how to shade, you will get torched. I'll give you an example. We're going to put Justin Jefferson on a corner route. Okay, we're going to stem that corner route all the way down. Okay, right here, beats his man. He has nothing to do. He doesn't know what to do. It glitches it out. You will get a touchdown every time if they're in man defense. I'll show you what you can do. We're going to use a combination of base aligning and shading. Okay, we're going to base align by setting it up like I've said. Show blitz, those linebackers. Show blitz. Then we're going to play pass commit. We're also going to play over top, and we're going to shade to the outside. Okay. Let's see how this plays that custom stemmed corner route. Like this. See how that defender plays. Okay. Oh my. You're not getting that big break off, okay? Easily. And all we did was to shut that custom stem route down in man defense is we show blitz, set up our baseline, okay? We played over top and we shaded to the outside. Look at how Jalen Johnson plays him. Look at how he plays him, okay? And sometimes he'll actually pick that off. Now, Justin Jefferson is on a curl route. Okay, if we kick this in quick, we can catch that ball and pick up a lot of yards. But just by shading to the outside on defense, you'll see how this plays that curl route. Okay, to the outside. You can see how this curl route does. Look at that curl route. Look at that. Look at that. Picked it off. Okay, that's man defense. That's cover 4 defense. It's cover 4 defense, and we're shutting down curl routes. Okay, that's how you shut down cover 4 routes. That's how you shut down. Shade to the outside, shut down those curl routes. Drag routes, you can shade underneath, shade to the inside, post corner routes, stemmed down corner routes or post routes, shade over top, shade to the outside or inside. For post routes going towards the end of the field, you can call man defense, but shade your guys to the inside. If they're doing a lot of corner routes towards the outside sideline, shade over top to the outside. That's how you shade and take away routes. Let's get into the next tip, guys. Now, for the next tip, we'll go over coach's adjustments. What I do is I set my auto flip defensive play call to off. I cornerback matchups, I leave balance. Defensive motion response, I disable that because I want to do my baseline. Option read key, I set to conservative. Option pitch key, I set to aggressive. RPO read key, conservative. RPO pass key, conservative. Strip ball balance. Tackling, zone drop flats, default. Curl flats, zone drops, default. Now zone hooks, I always set either 5 to 10 to start the game off. If my opponent is doing a lot of stuff, then I would mess with these zone drops for flats and curl flats. I don't start the game off with those set. Safety depth to tight, I play with this between tight and close. If you do a close, sometimes you can get burnt over top. Safety width, I like to do pinch. And then midpoint, I leave at default. That's how I set up my coach's adjustments. If I see my opponent doing something different that's taking advantage of one of these, I go and I change it, okay? But this is how I start each of my games off with these coach's adjustments. Next, I'll tell you how to set up your depth chart and your personnel for your different defensive packages, okay? We're going to look at defensive tackle, which is the nose tackle, the big boys, the guys that make the whole defensive work. You got the nose tackles, okay? Whenever I set up my nose tackles, I like to look at weight and strength, okay? We have Grady Jarrett. He's ranked overall 82. He has a weight of 305, and he has a strength of 90. He's a very strong person. Okay. Then we have the big boy Andrew Billings. Next, I'm going to have him as my number 2. He has a strength of 89 and a whopping weight of 340. If I was running a 3-4 defense, I would put Andrew Billings at my number 1 and Grady Jarrett at my number 2. That's how I like to look at the defensive tackles, the nose tackles in particular, strength and weight. Then you can go with awareness and block sheds if you want, but mostly look at strength and weight. You want those guys to be the strongest and the heaviest. Next, let's move on to the linebackers, the outside linebackers, okay? You want very fast linebackers, fast and tall as possible. If you have to take some height to get a faster linebacker, that's good. Your outside linebackers, you want to be fast because they'll be covering running backs out of the backfield. They'll also be covering tight ends. So that's where the height comes into play, okay? Your middle linebackers, you want these guys to be good hitters. Speed is always a plus. If you can find a person like Tremaine Edmonds runs an 86, or if you can find somebody who runs like near the 90s, that's good. Strength is okay here, but you really want awareness for the middle linebacker, and then you want the big hit. You want the middle linebackers to be your big hitters, okay? These are the guys that can cause the fumbles. You want this hit power, 85 hit power. Okay, we also got this guy right here. Noah Sewell is a 90 hit power, okay? So we got some good middle linebackers here, but I'm going to go with the speed first. Speed first, and then good pursuit and height, okay? Your other outside linebacker, again, I said speed and height. We have TJ Edwards here. It's pretty good. Then your cornerbacks. Now, for your cornerbacks, you want these guys to be fast and tall as possible. If you have a really fast guy, like we have Jalen Johnson's pretty fast. He's only 6 feet, but then you want these guys to be really fast, good awareness, and then also good catching. I also like to look at speed, acceleration when I'm setting these up. But you want your 2 fastest cornerbacks, your 2 tallest and fastest cornerbacks at your number 1 and number 2 spot. And then you just go from there, putting your 2nd, 3rd fastest, 4th, 5th fastest person on the field. If you're running any type of nickel defense where you're subbing out linebackers for cornerbacks and safeties, you want that speed, okay? Your free safety, you want him to be as fast as possible, good awareness. Also, in any of these defenses, if you're running a lot of man defense, you want these guys to have good man defense qualities. If you're running a lot of zone defense, you want them to have the good zone coverage qualities. So if you play a lot of man defense, your 2 cornerbacks are always going to be the same. But then as you come down, you want these guys to have your 3rd and 4th string guys to have good man defense qualities for man defense. And then again, your strong safety, you want to have good strength and good speed. Jaquan Brisker is a good candidate for this. And then we just go on Simone Biles' boyfriend or husband, I think it is. Jonathan Owens is our 2nd guy. But that's how you set your rosters up for the best defense. Let's get into the next tip. Now, the next tip is having a good blitz. Not an okay blitz, but a good to great blitz. Having at least 2. I like to only call blitzes on 3rd and 4th downs, or whenever my opponent has to get a crucial down, or if they need 7 or more yards to go. I don't call blitzes when my opponent only needs less than 6 yards to go. Okay? So 7 or more. 6 and less, I don't care. I don't blitz. I just play coverage. Okay? Teach you guys a real good blitz here. Have your coach's adjustments set up. I like to use this overload 3 seam or the nickel over playbook. And the great thing about this Madden this year, if you hold the button of the play you're picking, like in this case X, I just hold it, okay, my defensive line stunts will come up. I like to use this left exit to man, where you have that nose tackle, that interior tackle looping out and that end crashing on the inside, okay? It works great with that blitz because I have linebackers on that side blitzing, okay? And then we can pick a pass play. For the setup, all I do is pinch those linebackers and pass them. That's it. Make sure you have fast linebackers, especially the ones blitzing, okay? Especially the ones blitzing, okay? Pinch those linebackers, pass commit. Actually bring that guy in a little bit closer, but really, really good defense. Let me get that. Come on, Sweat. Oh, let me get that. Really, really good little blitz to call and get your opponents. Okay, you want to make sure this guy's really fast right here. Okay, but as you see right there, this is with a blocked running back. Okay, with the blocked running back. Domination. Freaking nation. Okay, you can do other things too. I do like to use a cover 2 shell. Okay, I do like to use a cover 2 shell on all my defenses. What you can do is you can actually bring this guy in a little bit closer so he can get back there a little bit quicker. Right there, we had a little block shed just by moving that guy a little bit. So play with those defensive line stunts, man. That's a really great thing they did in football, and that really helps out. Okay, pinch these linebackers, pull this guy in a little bit closer, and then just pass them in. Really good, fast, easy blitz. Okay, to get back there and destroy your opponent. So definitely have one of those, so you can stop your opponent from converting on those major downs that they need. The thing we'll go over is run defense. I like to call cover 4 defenses if I'm playing a heavy runner because my run fits are really, really good, okay? Typically, those safeties are in run fits. I don't know why they're not showing up, but usually we have multiple runs here. And then if you have a cover 4 defense and you actually do your setup, like I said, do that baseline, you will have no problem stopping any run. Okay, except that one. Except that one. Okay. Act like you guys didn't see that. Okay. You didn't see that. I do like to QB contain. What did I do right there? I do like to QB contain. Set your defense up and stop any run. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Real good defense. Cover 4. Any cover 4. Of course, do your adjustments. You know, don't come out in a 4-3 if your person has 3 wide receivers or more. Okay. Just set your defense up. Make sure you baseline. Make sure you have your coach's adjustments set. And your defense is going to be good. Your run defense is going to be good. Of course, there are certain runs. Subscribe to the channel. I'll show you these type of runs that can destroy any defense. Okay. But with multiple runs, your typical runs, as long as you call a cover 4 defense, match your personnel, set your baseline up, you'll be fine. And then also QB contain. And that's it, guys. Simple, simple, simple. That's run defense. Okay, I don't know if you're doing some type of pitch. But as you see, you can smack them in the face. The reason cover 4 works so well is because those safeties are in run fits and they help out. So even when you do your baseline, like this, QB contain, those safeties are going to be in gaps too. So it's nowhere that guy can run, okay? Nowhere he can run. If you're using a player, make sure you pay attention to your run fits. Let's look at pass defense. Now for my run defense and my pass defense, I like using cover 4 defenses, cover 4 quarters, matching defenses. That's the way to go. I've been using that for the last 2 years and it's been working out great. I do like to I use my right stick. I like to do a cover 2 shell. All my defenses with the baseline look like a cover 2, okay? I do have my coach's adjustments set as well. And then I have my personnel out there, my best players. So we picked the cover 4 quarters. Let's pick random passes, okay? I'll just show you. Of course, when you're doing pass defense or run defense, you just want to contain the guy. Now the computer is playing pass, so we'll just set our defense up with our show blitz, we'll pass commit, and then we'll QB contain. And I'm just gonna let defense play. I usually use the linebacker, so I'll cover that middle of the field. But we'll just let the defense play. Okay, we won't shade or anything based upon our opponent's tendencies. That's when we start to shade. Okay, right here in the cover 4, if we wanted to put hard flats on the fields, again, we can always play underneath. Okay, if I think my opponent is going there, but I always set my defense up with my baseline, and then I'll QB contain, and I'll cover the middle of the field. Okay, you just look for what's coming across the field and cover it. Okay, the lower parts, the flats are typically open if you don't put the hard flats on the field. So just keep that in mind, but we'll give that up. We don't want them to get good passes off downfield. And it's hard. You can play over top if you think they're going over top. Right here, we're out there to get that pick. We have that safety out helping out over there. And it's just a really good pass defense, okay? It's hard to pass on cover 4 if you're disciplined, okay? And we can always blitz. We can always blitz, guys. We can pass to the outside. I like this. I like this. Good pass defense. Really good pass defense. Come on, Dexter. It should be faster than that. That's how I play my pass defense. You know, sometimes depending on what they're doing, you can shade to the outside, okay? But I always do my baseline and I always QB contain, no matter who I'm playing. I just don't want quarterbacks to roll out, okay? Right there, they were to get something. I didn't play underneath. Let's play underneath this time, just in case. Okay, and then set your defense up. See what your opponent is doing, and then play that way, guys. Don't just call the same defense every time. Whatever they're playing, call that. You know, if they're doing a lot of post routes, you know, shut that post route down. Go to the next thing. Just get a defense, get in practice mode, practice against random passes to see how good your defense is. Learn to take away first reads, guys. Learn to take away first reads and you'll be good. That's how you play pass defense. If your opponent is doing things, corner routes, adjust your curl flats. If they're killing you in the middle of the field and you don't like to use her, set your zone drops to be 5 to 10 yards or maybe 0 yards. Shut that away. Go to the next thing. Just keep your opponent guessing. Make it hard for him to move the ball. Have great run defense. Have decent pass defense. Have a good blitz to call on these guys. And use the rest of these tips to dominate. You guys have any questions? Drop them in the comment section. I read all my comments. Let's get it. Let's dominate in Madden 26. Use these tips to dominate. It's your boy Wayne 6578. Yep, I'm outie, but I'll be back.